Emma's obsession, Britt's return, and Dalton's dark secrets. A brewing storm on General Hospital for months. Whispers of corruption and cruelty have hovered over Port Charles, but few have dared to trace those rumors to their roots. Emma, however, is not one to let suspicions go unanswered. From the moment she uncovered fragments of evidence suggesting that Professor Hank Dalton's research facility hides more than sterile white walls and clinical procedures, she has been unable to rest. What began as a cause rooted in compassion, an animal rights crusade to free helpless creatures from alleged illegal experiments, has escalated into something far more sinister, with stakes that reach far beyond Emma's initial fears. Dalton's reputation in academic circles has always been cloaked in unease, his brilliance too sharp to ignore yet too cold to trust. His name has been tied to groundbreaking genetic therapies and obscure neurological studies, but Emma has begun piecing together scattered details that point to far darker projects hidden within his private lab. Reports of animals never accounted for, shipments delivered in the dead of night, and funding streams traced back to questionable organizations have convinced Emma that Dalton is not merely bending the law, he is dismantling it altogether. She doesn't know yet what the ultimate purpose of his experiments is, but she feels it in her bones. Whatever he is building in those hidden rooms is designed not to heal, but to control. Still, Emma's crusade is complicated by a revelation she never expected. Port Charles recently buzzed with shocking news: Britt is alive. Once known proudly and infamously as the Britch, Britt's survival has reignited old conflicts that Emma thought were buried with childhood. Britt has always been a sore spot in Emma's life, an enemy etched into her earliest memories. Back when she was just a little girl navigating the chaos of her family's battles, Britt stood as a rival, a figure of bitterness, deceit, and disruption. That hostility hasn't dulled with time. If anything, Emma's hatred has calcified into something sharper, something instinctive. Hearing that Britt has resurfaced, and with Nathan West by her side, immediately unsettles her. The situation grows even darker when Emma realizes that Britt and Dalton may be connected. At first, it's no more than a fleeting suspicion. She notices Dalton in what looks like a clandestine meeting with Britt. Their words are hushed, their body language tense yet oddly familiar, suggesting shared secrets that run deeper than professional ties. For Emma, the sight confirms everything she feared. Britt isn't just back in town, she's embedded in something ugly, something dangerous. And if Britt is protecting Dalton's secrets, it means the cruelty Emma suspects is real, and the conspiracy extends far wider than she imagined. Emma's natural impulse is to confront, expose, and destroy, but she has neither the training nor the institutional power to do it safely. Unlike Jocelyn Jacks, who has been honing her skills under WSB guidance, Emma operates alone, driven not by protocol but by sheer determination. That makes her unpredictable, and in Port Charles, unpredictability is a double-edged sword. Her instinctive defiance makes her effective, but it also makes her vulnerable. Word of Emma's growing obsession does not go unnoticed. Jocelyn begins to sense the danger in Emma's reckless pursuit, aware that Dalton is not the kind of man to shrug off intrusions into his affairs. Jack Brennan, calculating as ever, understands that Emma could unravel months of careful positioning if she presses too hard. He knows the WSB needs Dalton's secrets intact long enough to weaponize them or at least to control their exposure. Brennan may issue orders to silence Emma's investigation, not necessarily by harming her, but by ensuring someone close pulls her back before she stumbles onto truths too volatile to manage. That responsibility may fall squarely on Jocelyn, who could find herself torn between loyalty to the agency and loyalty to Emma. For Jocelyn, it is a moral labyrinth. If she protects Emma, she risks derailing the WSB's carefully calibrated operation. But if she betrays Emma by revealing her actions to Brennan, she risks breaking trust with someone she has come to see as more than a reckless activist. And Emma, stubborn to her core, will never forgive a betrayal. Still, Emma presses forward. The more she digs, the more connections she uncovers, hidden accounts, coded files, and unexplained disappearances that suggest Dalton's work extends beyond animal cruelty and veers into human experimentation. The name Britt surfaces again and again, tied to research notes and transactions that Emma cannot yet fully decipher. To Emma, it paints a chilling picture. Britt, once an enemy in petty rivalries, is now a player in a plot that could endanger countless lives. The irony is cruel. Emma once dismissed Britt as a manipulative nuisance, a woman defined by arrogance and self-interest. Now she fears that Britt has become something far worse, a willing accomplice to scientific atrocities that could scar humanity itself. That realization only fuels Emma's determination. She cannot walk away, not while Britt's shadow looms larger than ever. But every step forward brings danger closer. Dalton is no fool. He senses the eyes on him, the whispers at the edges of his empire. And Britt, far from the vulnerable figure Emma once painted her, is, maybe more ruthless now than ever before. If Emma edges too close to the truth, she risks not only her safety but also her very life. It is a collision course with no easy escape. Emma is driven by obsession, Britt by survival, Dalton by ambition, and Jocelyn by conflicted loyalty. Somewhere in that tangle of motives lies the spark that could ignite disaster. Emma doesn't know what final truth awaits her, but she does know one thing. She will not stop until she exposes Dalton, tears down Britt's facade, and frees every secret hidden within those locked laboratory doors. Whether she survives that crusade is another matter entirely. On General Hospital, victory rarely comes without sacrifice, and Emma may soon discover that uncovering the truth can be as deadly as the lies she seeks to destroy. Sparkles, would you like me to expand this into a 3-part serialized feature, like a magazine exposé, where each section deepens the suspense? Part 1 on Emma's obsession, Part 2 on Britt's involvement, Part 3 on the WSB's looming decision about Emma? That would make it even more dramatic and keep readers hooked across installments.